Have you ever noticed, the moment you decide to wake up early, your brain suddenly becomes the best lawyer in the world? 5 more minutes won't hurt. You deserve rest. Successful people also sleep. That right there is psychology of human behavior in action. Human behavior isn't random. It feels random, but it's not. Behind every habit, every decision, every overreaction, every "why did I do that?" moment, there's a psychological reason. Let's break this down in a simple way. First thing you need to understand. Humans are emotional first, logical later. We like to believe we're smart, rational creatures. But most of our decisions are made emotionally, and then we use logic to justify them. You don't buy a phone because of the processor. You buy it because it makes you feel cool. Then you say, the camera quality is amazing. See what happened there? Now here's something even more interesting. Your brain loves comfort. Not happiness. Not success. Comfort. That's why people stay in toxic friendships. That's why people avoid starting new things. That's why you scroll for 1 hour when you only planned 5 minutes. Your brain prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar growth. And it does this because of survival wiring. Thousands of years ago, change meant danger. So your brain still treats new situations like a possible threat. That's why you feel nervous before speaking in public. That's why you overthink before sending a risky text. That's why you imagine worst-case scenarios at 2 a.m. Your brain thinks it's protecting you. Sometimes it's just overreacting. Now let's talk about something we all experience, social behavior. Humans are deeply influenced by other humans. If everyone around you starts running, you'll run too. Even if you don't know why. This is called herd behavior. It's why trends explode. It's why people laugh when others laugh. It's why you suddenly want something after seeing 5 people have it. Your brain uses shortcuts. If many people are doing it, it must be safe. But here's the funny part. Sometimes the crowd is just as confused as you are. Another powerful thing in human behavior is validation. We love approval. We fear rejection. A simple like on social media gives your brain a tiny dopamine reward. That's the same chemical involved in motivation and pleasure. That's why notifications feel addictive. That's why being ignored feels heavier than it should. Your brain is wired to care about social acceptance because, historically, being rejected by your tribe meant danger. So when someone leaves you on read, your brain reacts like you've been socially exiled. Dramatic? Yes. Real? Also yes. Now here's something you might not realize. Habits control more of your life than motivation does. We think we need motivation to change. But psychology shows that small repeated behaviors shape identity. If you read 1 page daily, you become someone who reads. If you work out twice a week, you become someone who exercises. Behavior shapes belief, not the other way around. And the brain loves patterns. It saves energy by turning repeated actions into automatic routines. That's why bad habits are hard to break, and good habits are hard to build. Your brain is basically saying, are we sure we want to change the system? The current one works fine. Let's also talk about overthinking. Overthinking is just your brain trying to predict the future to feel in control. But here's the twist. The more you think, the less certain you feel. Because your brain keeps generating possibilities. And most of them are negative. Why? Because your brain is biased toward threat detection. It's not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you alive. Huge difference. And here's one of the most powerful truths about human behavior. People act based on how they feel about themselves. Confident people take risks. Insecure people avoid exposure. People who feel unworthy sometimes sabotage good opportunities. Behavior is often a reflection of inner belief. So when someone acts rude, sometimes it's insecurity. When someone shows off, sometimes it's validation hunger. When someone stays silent, sometimes it's fear of judgment. We judge actions. Psychology looks at the reasons. Now here's something empowering. If behavior is learned, it can be unlearned. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity. That means it can rewire itself. New thoughts create new pathways. New actions create new patterns. The more you repeat something, the stronger that pathway becomes. So yes, change is uncomfortable, but it's possible. The real power comes when you start observing yourself. Instead of saying, why am I like this? Ask, what is my brain trying to protect me from? That one shift changes everything. Because once you understand human behavior, you stop taking things personally. You stop reacting impulsively. You start responding intentionally. And suddenly, you're not just living on autopilot. You're driving. So next time your brain says, scroll a little more, don't try. They'll judge you. Smile. And remember, it's just psychology doing its thing. The question is, are you going to let it control you? Or are you going to understand it and take control back?